Hello, hello, hello. Hey, feeling good today. Went to bed real early last night. I think I fell asleep like the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter of last night's game. But I was tired. Well, I had woke up early Saturday and Sunday, both at like 5. I woke up 5 Saturday, 6 Sunday. Um, but I had a great weekend. Went down there and made some good money like I did last week. Um, Up early this morning. I got up about 7 this morning. Started going through doing my accounting and stuff like that. See, I'm dressed. I'm about to go surfing. No, I'm just kidding. It's a little waist trainer, like a full body, not full body, but upper body waist trainer. About to head out to the gym this morning. Get my workout in, my first workout of the day in. Because I've been trying to do 2 a days. I've been going in the morning myself and then in the evening with my boys. I like going in the morning by myself because I get to focus on what I'm doing, not so much help training them. Plus, it's not as crowded as it is in the evening. Um, got to work on my commercial this weekend for my product. Got some editing to do with the voiceover part of it. So I'm gonna take care of that today. Um, Other than that, it's been good. I've been staying focused, staying on task. Haven't been slumming too much with it. I've been kind of tired. I think I'm coming down. This cold is trying to get me back. I had beat it, and I feel like it's trying to come back. So I'm about to go load up on my vitamins, drink some tea today, not do too much, just relax. I might even hop back in the bed, no bull, and just work in the bed um, today and tomorrow, except when I'm going to the gym. Got bills paid. I'm so happy I got to pay these bills. And like I like when I get to pay bills because that means I got money coming in. When you can't pay your bills, that means you can't afford to pay it because you don't have money coming in. But I actually enjoy paying bills that I have until everything is paid off. And I'm really trying to get that accomplished. I want to pay my house off in less than 30 years. So I'm hoping like 15 years um, I can have that paid off, if not sooner. Um, Same with my vehicles. I want to be able to pay that off as soon as possible so I'm not sitting in the debt. Like Dave Ramsey, he believed that you should be debt free. He believed that you shouldn't have any credit cards and nothing like that. And I think that's a good philosophy to have. I like to put everything in my business name and let it sit in the business, and then I'm not responsible for any of it. You know what I mean? And I just live in my company's housing, drive company cars, stuff like that, and I don't have that debt. So once I pay my personal debt off, I'm personally not gonna take on any more financial debt. I'm gonna get rid of my credit card, stuff like that. So I'm paying all that stuff off and get rid of that so I can live debt free. Because really, debt is slavery. It's a new form of slavery if you think about it. That because if you got debt, that means you're forced to work. And if you're forced to work and you're working for somebody else, that means you're forced to work at a certain wage unless you're self-employed, right? And then that's not really working for somebody else. That's being a contractor for somebody. But if you actually got a 9 to 5 job, now you got this debt. So it forces you to work and take the shit of your master because your master is paying you, right? So it's like indentured servitude almost. It's like sharecropping. And that's a form of slave. That's just a form of slavery to me. I don't like it. So if you're in debt, I encourage you to go watch Dave Ramsey. Start listening to Dave Ramsey. He does um, he's a real spiritual guy. I mean, he's a real spiritual guy. He believes in the Bible and stuff like that. So he teaches you a lot about finances from the scriptures, right? And remember, the Bible as we know it is one thing, but the scriptures are something different because the underlying scriptures are from old, right? Like Proverbs, stuff like that. It's from the days of old. You know what I mean? So you really from my knowledge, that's what it is. And don't comment and say you're wrong if the Proverbs was written by this. From my knowledge and my experience of what I've been able to grab, is from the days of old, and it really pertains a lot to what's going on today. Like they tell you, don't spend on like prostitution is one of the oldest forms of self-employment out there, right? But it tells you don't spend a lot of your money on prostitutes because you will go broke. And that's a true statement. That's something that I can say firsthand that is true, because I went to the strip clubs almost every day. Spent a lot of money in the strip clubs, and it helped me go into debt, right? So I believe in that type of stuff, right? So you can get a lot of knowledge from the scriptures, and that's what Dave Ramsey's financial plan is based around, treating your finances like the scriptures. But at the same time, if you look at books like The Richest Man in Babylon, it also shows you how you should use your wealth to gain more wealth. Because if not, if you're just using your money to pay bills, you never can get wealthy. You'll never be able to obtain wealth, because in order to obtain wealth, you got to be able to put money up. Not so much saving for a retirement plan, but saving so you can invest it, right? And because when you invest in the right things, you always can get a return, like real estate. Real estate, no matter what nobody say, real estate is the number one thing that you can invest in to make a lot of money. You can invest in things like Google, Bitcoin, all that, and that's kind of like the future. So you're gambling on a future investment. You're gambling on how somebody's running a business in order to gain wealth. But with real estate, somebody always needs somewhere to stay, right? So think of it like this: if you buy a house for $25,000, right, and put $10,000 into fixing up, because if you buy a $25,000 house, it shouldn't cost you. You shouldn't be putting more than $10,000-15,000 into it, right? So let's say you put $25,000 into it, though, and let's round it up, and it costs you $50,000 for this house right now. Eventually, if you just sit on it and just paying the property tax, right, the value of that house will appreciate over time, regardless, right? Because cost of living always increases, right? So a house that may be for rent at $300 a day might be $600 10 years from now. And I know that for a fact because I was renting a house in Edgewood, Maryland. It was a 3-story house. It had a top part with like 3 bedrooms up front. The second row was the living room, kitchen, bathroom, and another bedroom that we use as a storage spot, office from time to time, extra bedroom. And then it was the bottom, the ground floor was like the basement. So when you came in the door, you walked downstairs and it was like a basement area. So we had that set up. I had my studio on one side, laundry room on the other side. So I would record music, be down there chilling, stuff like that. That was the chill spot. And most of the time, you could chill upstairs in the middle part and during the kitchen area, that type of thing. So you had those 3 floors. I was paying $600 a month for rent, right? But I think minimum wage was like $7.50 at the time. Now that minimum wage has risen to like $10 an hour, $9.50, something like that in Maryland. $10. I'm not quite sure what the minimum wage is, but at same property, nothing has changed about it. It's in the same location. No renovations, because I've driven past there on my trips. Gate looks exactly the same. The fence looks exactly the same. So it's not like they put up stone walls and stuff like that. The interior is still the same because I've seen pictures. It's $1,200 a month. So it's double in 10 years, right? So, how long was that? So 20 years. Yeah, almost 20 years, it's double in its price range. So that means if you buy a property worth $50,000 now, valued at $50,000, but you get it for $25,000, you already in the plus. Sit on it for 20 years, it's going to be worth at least $100,000. So that's $50,000 you'll be able to grab out of your $25,000, your $50,000 investment. So you double your money. Most of the time, it's more than that. Like my house in Vegas, it was $140,000. Now it's worth like $300,000. And I call it my house because I plan on buying it from a relative. So I'm calling it my house. I plan on doing a reverse mortgage as soon as I get caught up and hitting them off. Be your own bank, So it's a lot of stuff you can do, but real estate is the number one investment in the world. So all the billionaires you see right now, majority of them are real estate investors. Except for like your internet guys, but a lot of them invested in real estate after they made money off the internet and stuff. So yeah, that's just something, food for thought. Another tip. I'm about healthy body, healthy mind, healthy wallet. So I'm giving you tips every day about something different. But yeah, I'm about to go hit the gym. Got to work on my back today. Get a good back workout in, maybe a little bicep workout later. So yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Be easy.